But listening to what she was saying and trying to make it work for me, I thought, you know what, I can pick, especially with summer coming up, because I'm always thinking about what's this going to look like when summer comes. I'm going to have to shift everything around with my job because as we do, right? I'm no longer going to have any pockets of time with no kids. So, excuse me. I can find a half an hour or an hour, or just like with my workouts, I can have the kids doing an activity and I can work and then not feel bad about it, rather than kind of sneaking on my phone randomly throughout the day and then feeling bad. I'm just going to pick a pocket at a time, and maybe that pocket will change day to day, but a pocket at a time where I'm not going to feel bad. And if that means putting the kids in front of the TV for 30 minutes or for a movie so that I can get some work done, I'm just going to do that. So I just want to share that with you guys. Always think logistics when you're listening to these calls. It's easy to take in what they're saying. And if you're not in that growth mindset that we're all reading about in this book, it's easy to take what they say and then think about all the things, why that's working for them and why it can't work for you. I want to challenge you to think about, how can that work for me? How can I turn that into something that makes sense for what I have going on in my life? Because if you don't, then you're just going to be stuck and you're just going to continue to be on the same path that maybe you're on or you don't want to be on. I'm sorry, my voice is all jacked up. Shoot.
I'm just having a lot of trouble getting people to follow me or even answer me at all, you know. Like I had the one person sign up, but I don't know. Like I just feel like I must be doing something wrong or not good enough or something, because I feel like I put in a lot of effort and nothing, you know, it's not coming back. And I feel like that it might just be like my small town people aren't going to do it kind of thing, and that, you know, like my growth will be people that I don't know that I can reach out to elsewhere, you know. But like, then how do I get those people in with me? Does that make sense? Because like all the people, like Tara was talking about, you know, people that follow her are the same people, and it's the truth. Like I have the same 50 people. I'm more than that, but I'm saying like I can at least name like 50 people that watch my stories every single day and don't want to sign up. You know what I mean? And they, like, when I message them, it's not even like not yet. It's like, well, I just like seeing the inspirational posts, but I'm not into that, or I've got my own thing or whatever. And I'm like, I'm not free entertainment over here, guys. Like I'm putting in work to try to, you know, to help people, and I don't feel like anybody. It'd be different if like some people were gaining from it, but I feel like no one is wanting to, you know.
It does take a very long time, I feel like, to build that momentum, because I totally get like that feeling, like the same people. It's almost like annoying, right? When you see them watching, you're like, stop watching. If you're not gonna be interested, just go away. But I feel like everyone, when you're reaching out to someone, especially someone you don't know, those people usually ignore me. But I feel like everyone's gut reaction is to say no because they don't know what they're missing yet. And so I think that's why they're watching for so long. It sometimes takes a while for them to watch you be consistent before it really like registers with them.
I always say that they want you to fail because it gives them permission to stop doing the things or not even start. So a lot of times people take a really long time to even just say anything. And literally today, only because we're talking about it, I just got this message and she's like, I'm going to start this message by saying I'm an FB stalker. Your posts, blah, 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 blah. I've been watching you since 2015, okay? Or 2016, and I have been so afraid to say anything, but here I am. Like, that's a long time for her to sit and she's like, I watch your videos every day. I don't even recognize her name. Like, I don't think she likes any of my stuff. And I think that in my reply to her was like, I get it. It's weird. It's weird to like contact someone you've never met in your entire life to say, hey, here's my life story. I want help losing weight. That's so personal. That's such a personal thing for people. So I think a lot of times people need that, like, they want to trust you. They want to believe in you. They want to see what you do. They want to know who you are and what you do. And I think that's why that's the fun part, right? Like, we get to let them in on parts of our life that are hard and ugly. But then in turn, we're inspiring them to get through the hard stuff,
Yeah.
How do you get the people that don't know you to follow you, though? Because all the people.
Well, that's the 531 message. I feel like that's like the 531 method. You have to keep finding the people, or use Captivate. Catapult your growth with Captivate, and then find, and then like comb through those followers and figure out which Captivate is it's a IG follower generator. Would that be what you would call it?
Yeah. I can tag you in the video. Maggie made a really good video a few months back on how to use it. I can tag you in that video. It's in the team page.
Yeah.
It costs money. Like, I think it's like not a lot though.
Like $5.
$3.
Yeah, I think it was like $4.99 when I did it.
$10 if you want all the things though. That's like the higher end, right? Yeah. I think they have lower. What?
I asked Joey if she liked it.
Yeah, I use it. I also do it manually a lot. I mean, I didn't have Instagram before this, and I'm up to almost 2,000 followers now.
Wow.
So, but it takes time and it takes work. It's just, I get the same thing that you're getting from people saying they just like following, and that's fine. I just, give them some encouragement and say thanks for following, and
right.
I'm here if you have questions or whatever. But
I found that, like, go ahead, sorry.
Oh, sorry. You have to look at it from the standpoint of, yeah, you're not on there to do it for free. But I look at my social media as, yes, maybe we're doing some things paid, but basically it's a free storefront. Like, there isn't very many other things that you can sell out there for free. If you think about it, it's a free platform. That's the word I'm looking for. And so, yes, you're going to have the majority of the people following you. They're not going to sign up, but that's very normal. I feel like a lot of times it's easy to always focus on the people who aren't responding and the people who are responding with a no. You got to weed through that and let it go. What's that?
I'm sorry, you said are responding with a no?
Are not responding, or the people who are responding with a no, I just want to follow you. What I always follow it up with, I've always had the mindset of leave the door wide open. So if somebody messages you back and says, no, I just like following you, I love what you post, whatever, say, great, I hope you find it truly inspiring. If you're ever interested down the road, let me know. I'll send them another invite next month. So just leave that door open. I think so much of what you're going to attract is what you're going to put out there. Yeah. So really try to change your mindset that, yeah, you're giving away a lot for free, but this is what we do. You're going to have to offer a lot of value to get people to trust you to then say yes to buying in.
Fun. It's not that I mind. I just want people to follow me too. You know what I mean? I just wish it would build. I guess that's all I meant by it. Was just I wish it would build. And then I would have, you know what I mean? Because it's like the same people are watching me and they've already said, no, I can't tomorrow, ask them again. And that's where you know what I mean? It's like, okay, well, I wish somebody would follow me that doesn't want to keep saying no. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I think it just takes time for the people who are saying no right now will probably say yes down the road. It just takes time for them they're going to, like Tara was just saying, for this one, it took 2 years. It doesn't take 2 years for everybody, but most of the people who are buying from me this month, I've invited several times. They've told me no several times. They've been watching my stories every day for a long time, and they're finally ready.
To sign up.
What's that?
It took me 2 years to sign up.
Yeah.
Kim's first invite to me was 2 years ago.
Was it 2 years?
Yep. I looked at it.
I think that is the more common thing.
It was before I was even with my husband.
That's funny.
I mean, using Heather Shipley as the example again, she didn't say how well she reached out to Emily, but her first message to Emily included, don't ask me to be a coach. And now look at her. You don't know where people are at. You need to put out there what you believe in, what's true to you, and stay consistent with that message. The right people will come on board. And you do need to, we all, not just you, Emily, sorry, I don't mean to say you, we all need to focus on expanding our network. I also loved in the National Wake Up Call how she went to Emily a couple months in, I don't remember what she said, and said, I feel like I'm running out of people to invite, because she invites 250 people on average a week, which I feel like is a really good number. And Emily said, I've been doing this for years and I've never ran out of people to invite. You need to go study up on how to expand your network. That hit home for me too, because I feel like I'm in a better group now, but rewind 2 years ago, I was in that mindset of, shoot, social media is changing. How am I going to expand? How am I going to expand? And you just got to dig in and, figure out what works for you and find your groove with it. I think that is an extra time-taking step that we have to take right now so that you have those people to easily invite. I am finding that I'm spending more time expanding my network than I am inviting right now in my personal business. I don't know about you guys. And I'm inviting 50-ish people a day right now, because it takes time, because you want those quality followers. You don't want just the number to go up. You want the real account. You don't want the dogs to follow you, like legit dog accounts. That's happened to me.
Yeah. Or the weird, creepy pregnant girl that wants to talk about something very personal. Did you let people in the room when you had your cervix checked? What? Did you let your daughter be there? What? Get block.
What?
People are so weird.
I had to block a girl from the UK. She was
She kept calling Tara, like trying to call her through
Instagram, like face call. And I'm like, I answered it one time because I was like, oh, here she is. Like, she's ready to do this. No, she literally stared at me on the phone. Didn't say
that's creepy.
And I was like, can I help you with something? Why did I answer this? It was the
Why
weird.
Did you?
It was so weird.
Nobody.
Emily, it really is about quality, not quantity.
Oh, I agree. That's why my following went down. It went up by 100, like within a week. I think it was a week. Like I got like 100 followers, which is good to be new, right? I felt like that was a really good. But they were all like spam accounts. You know what I mean? They were all like, not spam, but like people selling something. I shouldn't say spam. Some were spam, some were other people selling things, just wanting other followers. Then I watched that hour thing that Kim told me to watch, Heather Shipley's Power Hour.
Yeah.
And so I watched that, and she said, you need to go on there and make sure you're not following more people than are following you, because Instagram's not going to let as many people see you, et cetera, et cetera. So I went on there and unfollowed like 500 people, and lo and behold, I lost like 60 followers in a day because I wasn't following them back.
I do have a question. I have someone right now who, this is the third time this woman has came to me, and I've went to her. I've invited her 3 times now. Well, I invited her once, and she's came back to me. This is the third time now, and she this is what she came to me and said today. She said, and I need to know how to respond to her. She said to me today. She said, she's like, she was really busy last time, so she, it was a no. And then she saw my results that I posted from this last challenge, and she said, when does the 21-day fix that you did come to Beachbody On Demand? Your results are great. Again, I can work out. I just struggle with nutrition, picky eater, and now my job, and my husband's is extremely busy. And I've told her, if you purchase any challenge pack right now, you can get it on BOD. Are you interested? And I was telling her that the challenge packs are on sale right now, and that this is my favorite program, and that she can get the videos and the PDFs for the kids' recipes, and that the nutrition has changed, my entire outlook on everything, because it's all about the nutrition for me. And I said, of course, I thanked her for her compliment, and she sent back, my only issue is right now, I honestly don't have time to read through a lot of things. I have been working the last few weeks from about 8 to 6, and then her daughter is still finishing up with soccer and dance. It's been a crazy busy time for us. I need help with nutrition the most, but I want it simple. By the time Sunday rolls around, we don't have time to do anything besides to chill from the crazy weeks. And I'm like, girl, this is exactly what you need. It's super easy. It's all portion control, and it comes with containers. I will help you with everything. And I tell her, I do meal plans for all my customers and all that kind of stuff. And I'm like, that's their favorite part about this. And she's like, can you do simple meal plans?
Hello. Okay.
Sorry.
But then she's like, and then she says she already has BOD and an extra bag of Shakeology at home. So what am I supposed to, what am I offering her? I mean, what does she want me to do? What do I sell her?
Does she already have a coach? If the answer is yes, then I would tell her, then you need to go talk to your coach. If somebody says they already have stuff after you've gone through it all with them, I already have this and that, then I say, are you in a challenge group with your coach? If they're not in a challenge group and they want help, then I make them switch to me. Okay. And if they are in a challenge group with their coach, then I wish them well. I mean, that's all you can do. Bless and release.
Okay. In March, she said I do currently have a Beachbody coach, but I have been trying out some different programs lately though.
Then I would just bless and release her and say if she has a coach, then she needs to go talk to her coach. Yeah. And if she doesn't feel supported by her coach and wants somebody new, she could switch to you.
So I should just ask her if she's wanting, because obviously she's been watching me.
Yeah.
I should just ask her if she's wanting to switch to me or what.
Yeah, you could.
But I mean, and then what am I supposed to offer her?
Well, if she already has everything, then you would just be switching her, and any future orders that she places would go under you.
Okay.
And then she can go into Tribe, and she has, there's community there. If she continues to drink Shakeology, you can supply her with meal plans. You can decide what you want to do with her at that point. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
People like that it is hard. There's a lot of people who have Beachbody on demand, and there are a lot of people who have a bag of Shakeology sitting in their cabinet somewhere. Why? I have no idea. I don't know why all these people have all these things. But I think you still have you to offer. And I think that that's sometimes what we have to remember. You are the missing piece. And when you lead with that, and when you lead with, and if you let your post really scream that, it comes out very naturally. And that's really the truth. I mean, I don't know about you guys, but doing this alone never really worked out for me. And I never really got the results that I needed. And I have a girl right now joining, and she's like, I just literally need community. I just need some people to say, hey, great job for working out. I don't even care if they mean it or not. I just need someone to give me a pat on the back, because let's be real, this life is hard. And so sometimes that's all they really need from us is just that, you're doing a great job, great workout, your food looks good, whatever the case might be. And so the difference in what you offer is you. And that goes the same for coaching. As you're signing up coaches, the difference in what you is that you are you, and we have a team to support you and your goals. And I think that we have to lead with that more and more. I had this poor girl, she signed up on Thursday, and her neighbor came to her house so offended that she would sign up with someone else because she's been trying to get her to do Beachbody for so long. And she called Beachbody Coach Relations and made her switch. And this woman is kind of a push. She's from another country, and so, but she lives in America, and she just felt so bad and wanted to do right by this neighbor that she just didn't say no. And so then the next day she's like, okay, well, it's fine. I can still, she's building a business. She'll teach me. So the next day she texts her, she's, where do I start? And she goes, oh, I don't take calls on Sunday. And then the next day she said, how do I do this? And she's like, oh, I'll get back to you. I'm at the gym, and I like to take that really serious. And then the next day something happens. She called me in tears today, and she goes, I feel like I've completely messed up everything. And how do I get out of this situation? It's now been 7 days. And I know that I think technically, I mean, she can cancel everything, which is what she's probably going to end up doing unless Coach Relations will let her work with her. But what it reminded me is I need to make it known, this is what we're going to offer you. This is what's going to happen when that, so that you don't get debunked by some girl who just wants your money and who just wants, you know, another coach underneath them or whatever. But when you know that, like, this is what we have to support, you guys, Tribe's rad. I don't know if you guys pay attention and go check in there, but sometimes I'm blown away at the like life that's happening in that group. I mean, we're breaking down some walls, and that's important.
Amen to that.
Yeah.
Anyway, sorry.
Okay, well.
On that note, should we talk about what we were going to talk about, or
Yeah,
just
let's talk about it.
I'll see you guys later.
Drop the mic. Do you want to go? Or you want me to go?
I'll let you take it. I may have to go take this baby. I don't know what's going to happen here, but we remember last week. So we're breaking down the vital behaviors, and we are giving you guys tangible tools each week to kind of do. So we did personal development, and I feel like, how's that going? I feel like
I'm loving it.
Me too. Me too.
You know what? A little tidbit on the personal development is it gives you little things to talk about in your stories and in your posts.
Totally.
You don't know what you're going to talk about? Take a quote from that personal development and write a post about it.
And Emily, you're doing a great job of posting those. Those are great.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you.
And I love the cute little image. So,
can I ask one thing right fast?
Yeah.
Do I need to tell her, does she need to switch her coach?
if she wants to switch with you, if she says, yes, I want to switch to you, then ask for her email address and her most recent order number, and then go into your online office, go under My Business, go under Forms, and fill out the form for her. It's just way easier to do. I always do it myself for people, but those are the two things you're
I've never done that before. I always
do it all the time.
I
just tell them to do it?
I just send them the coach change form, yeah.
Oh, I always just do it.
No,
I've done it for him too.
That's great.
Or you can send them the coach change form.
Or you can send them the coach change.
I just try to make it simple for them, and I've done it so many times.
She's like, I do it.
It's pretty common.
To do it.
Because you're going to run across these people who have BOD and they have Shakeology, but they never had the support because maybe their coach quit, or maybe their coach is like this neighbor chick who just wants to make commission, but she's not actually doing anything with her business. Like, you guys are CEOs of your businesses. You're running legit businesses. You actually want to pay this forward and help people. So to just add on to everything Kim just said, you have something to offer. So if this chick is coming to you, she needs help. She's not getting the help and support from her current coach. So I never want people on our team as a culture to go after people who already have coaches. However, if you have somebody who's continuing to talk to you, you've already asked if they had a coach and they're continuing to talk to you, I think it's completely fair to say, hey, if you want access to my meal plans in this amazing community we have, would you be willing to switch to me so that I can be your coach? That's it. And if not, then it's not your job. I mean, it's up to you if you want to still help her, but it's not your job, you know?
Yep.
Just keeping it real. So tonight, did you want to keep going, Kim?
No, go.
Until baby? Okay. So tonight we're going to talk about being a product of the product, which is huge. I think as you go along in your business, you'll kind of like change your mind on what's more important with the vital behaviors. They're all super duper important. I feel like this is the one that kind of set me up for success in the beginning. Not set me up for success. It's the one that clicked with me first because it naturally happened for me when I was still saying no to the business. People were seeing my results and wanted to know what I was doing. People who knew me as the overweight Andy my entire life. So it works, you guys. You have to be on this journey. It doesn't mean that you have to be perfect. It doesn't mean that you have to be following your containers or 2B mindset to a T every single day. It doesn't mean that when you're sick, you can't miss a workout. I totally could have not worked out yesterday and talked about it openly that I'm sick and I didn't work out. I chose to because I felt like it would make me feel better, but just live your life openly and loud and proud. And on a consistent basis of working these programs. That's why we're always looking down the road at what's coming out that's going to work best for our health and fitness and also for our business so that we can continue to be a product of the product. That's why we implemented this whole thing on Saturdays in our groups for having people take their photos, because not only are we really trying to push these women to stay in the game and get the best results possible, but I'm thinking you could be a coach. I'm thinking I wish I had more before pictures, because I use like the same 4 pictures all the time when I'm telling my story, because I never wanted to be in front of the camera. And how many other people have that same story in their head, that they don't have any pictures of before because they didn't like the way they were before, so they didn't want photos of it. So that's okay to reuse those photos is one of my points I wanted to make. Again, I'm going to bring up Miss Heather Shipley because she's killing it. If you look at her Instagram, a lot of the before photos are the same photos because she never wanted to be in front of the camera either. And she talks about that. That's a great talking point. That's a great pain point to point out to people who are still in that space of never wanting to be in a photo with their kids. And that sucks. That's sad. All of my photos of when my oldest was a baby, I'm like holding him in front of me. I can't even use his before photos because I'm literally hiding behind him because I did not want to be in a photo. So many women can relate to that, you guys, and that is going to speak to somebody. And then when you have that after or that progress next to it to be like, this is what I did in 21 days, that is so, so powerful. People want to see real people getting results. I used to watch the infomercials at night of all this Beachbody stuff years ago before I knew even what Beachbody was. P90X and Insanity. I bought them, never really did them. But I would watch those testimonials and I would always think, that's not a real person. That's an actor. That's an actor. That's an actor. But we have this platform of social media to show every single day that we're not actors. We are normal people who are putting these to the test and they actually work. And that speaks way more than any sort of infomercial, anything you're going to see on a commercial or anything else to other people, because they're seeing a real person living this out in the hard day to day. Another thing Heather Shipley said on the wake up call was seeing Emily Favre hold up 2 rocks at Disney World and say she was so glad she had a husband who went and found equal weight rocks because they were at Disney World and she was still doing 80-day. Like, her being on her journey, open and out loud, her 80-day journey, that's what got her to number 2 or whatever she is now, you guys, because she shared it every single day. She committed to being that product of the product. So when Heather signed on, guess what Heather did? Because Heather is Emily's coach. She committed to being a product of the product no matter what. It doesn't mean perfection. In fact, sharing the days where you're not perfect is just as powerful, because that consistency piece is what people need to see. They need to see that we're real people, that we eat pizza on Friday nights, and maybe we have some wine sometimes, but you know what? We follow our containers, and we when we slip up, we lean on our tribe. You know, I feel like there's so much within this vital behavior of product of the product that is so powerful and so moving for other people. That's what hooked me just to say yes to a challenge group, was my neighbor who I hadn't seen for 8 months. We had babies at the same exact time. She comes home after baseball season with a 6-pack. And I'm like, how the heck did you do that? Because I'm over here just jealous and mad that I'm still overweight and grumpy and the heaviest I've ever been. And of course, it took her a long time to get me to say yes, because I lived in that, Emily, I lived in that grumpy mode that a lot of people who are following you are probably in. They just want what you have and they're not ready to do the work yet. So it's your job to show up every day and to show that in the midst of busy, in the midst of full-time jobs, in the midst of kids, in the midst of moving life, babies, whatever comes your way, that you are on this journey for the long haul, not just for 21 days. We show the pictures after each challenge to show what's possible in that short amount of time. But what you're showing is the longevity and the sustainability in this program, because that's what people ultimately want. Yeah, everybody wants the quick fix, but we all know that that's a bunch of BS that doesn't exist. People want to know that if they buy in, they're going to get their money's worth, it's going to work for them, and it's going to sustain for the long haul. They don't want to lose that same 5-10 pounds and gain it back.
And I think, yes, it's about the physical fitness part too, but I think that there's also, I think of Ashley Smith. She talks a lot about how her marriage was failing in the beginning of, I think they got married after knowing each other for 10 months. They like dated for 10 months or something, and they got married, and how their marriage was in like turmoil. And then that Beachbody was really a catapult to getting them fixing it. And so I think that sometimes we don't, it's so easy to share the fitness because it's physical and people can see it, but it's really powerful to let people in on the emotional side of it. I mean, really powerful. So if there's a way to do that I don't know, sometimes it's hard because the physical part's going to be a different picture and it's hard to say that. But I think look at the depression and the postpartum and the, all of it, the divorce. And you look at like, what's her name? Andy, that lost,
Rada?
who?
Are you talking about divorce?
No. Well, Rada is a good one for divorce, but also she lost 2 babies. Far along.
Emily, or is it Emily?
Oh, I know who you're talking about. Was that Meg?
What is her name?
No, the other blonde.
No, she's got dark hair.
Shipley has lost 5, right?
4.
4.
She's had 4
No, if
miscarriages.
Emily lost 4, she had her 5th. I just went and watched
No,
her.
this one was like far along. Like I'm talking like 30 weeks. And the baby.
Oh, I know who you're talking about. It's right on the tip of my tongue. Yeah,
She's kind of funky. She's funky. She's got dark hair and tattoos.
Myron.
Anita Myron.
Anita Myron. Yeah.
But like that's her. I mean, she's like, I didn't want to live. Like I literally wanted to die. And
that happened during Beachbody or before?
Yeah, during Beachbody. And you ever want to go see Raw? She shared it raw, like devastatingly raw. And it pulled her right out of that, That's another thing that happens at Summit. They'll bring people up and they'll share their like heart-wrenching story of how their husband died and this happened and Beachbody carried them through, the trenches. And who's the other chick that's from San Diego that had the alcoholic husband and has the bag? Oh no, that's Amy Silverman.
Oh no, you're thinking of
Raina
Odell, yeah.
Raina Odell. But she's another one, like all these top coaches. It's actually funny because it's kind of what you said today.
What I said?
Your message to me, like,
this
really traumatic stuff they're going through.
You know what? I just turned it around to a positive to start this call out. You were listening. Because I thought, you know what, Andy? Stop it. I will just tell you.
Actually, the number 1 coach didn't have anything traumatic, right? Just all her people.
Well, but she talks about
she goes through depression. She was suicidal.
Yeah. So I did message Kim after I listened to Heather Shipley, and I said, don't get me wrong, I don't want anything bad to happen to me. But I used to watch Biggest Loser, and the people who got on that show always had something really awful happen to them. And I'm like, I feel like some of these coaches, like, because they can talk about that, please don't get me wrong on all this, you guys. Because after I said that, I said, Andy, step out of it. You're being ridiculous. And I looked for that piece of how I could implement what she said into my business and stop being a bee, basically.
But at the same time, the thing is, and I think about this a lot, maybe because I'm kind of morbid a little bit, and maybe because I'm going through a weird week in my own personal life, but I feel like I think about that a lot. Like this, I mean, it carried me through a miscarriage. It carried me through a move. It carried me through a really horrible breakup with my church. It carried me through really horrible things that have happened since I've started Beachbody. And I never stopped showing up. Like not because it was because I was so dedicated to growing the business, but because I needed it. I mentally and physically needed it every single day. It was therapy, and I'm not someone who necessarily deals with anxiety and depression, I think, in ways that a lot of other people deal with it. I think mine actually manifests physically. And so a lot of times it's a challenge just to even do the things. But I I need it. And so like sharing that and figuring out a way to let people in on that, I think it's almost like I know like it's okay if all hell breaks loose, it'll be okay. Because I've got this thing that's going to carry me through the hard stuff, you know? Anyway.
Exactly.
Speaking of seminar, I'm pretty sure I get to go.
To Summit? Yes.
No.
What happened? What'd you decide?
Well,
Is that your husband? Is that why you're fighting? Just kidding.
I just asked him if I could skip the vacation and go, pretty much, because it's his family. And he said it was okay.
Whoa.
Well, girl, we will not let you regret this.
I think it's the best summit to date.
Yes.
I was gonna wait till I got on this call today to buy the ticket because I was gonna see if, and I know some people aren't in Autumn's group because it got. I was gonna see what group people had gotten in that wasn't Autumn so that I could end up with them. I don't want to be by myself. You know what I mean?
Yes.
There's a separate group that didn't get in the first one.
Tara.
Yeah, so Becky, at least for one person for sure that I know is doing the other 6 a.m. workout with.
Is it with Chris?
I thought it was with Chris. Yeah. Who will be really good. Chris
And we will all go. So all of the workouts will be like in the big hall of the convention center. So we'll all go at 6 a.m. together, walk there together, and then we'll just be in different rooms, and then we'll meet up again.
I'll make sure I connect you with Becky multiple times so you guys know you guys can go together.
And you don't know if it's full though? Probably not.
I doubt it is.
Probably not.
I just wanted to make sure at the same time.
Carrie hasn't signed up yet either.
I'm not sure she's going.
Oh, really?
She's on the fence. I'm trying to convince her because she was one of the reasons I wanted to go.
How come she changed her mind? She was like dead set at going.
I know. She said that maybe she'll wait till she's more like in English, but more better next year. Like better.
Oh, goodness.
But I feel like we were just talking about, about like being able to promote well on social media. I feel like if I go, that I'll be able to take, and this is going to sound silly.
No, you're not sounding silly at all.
If I go, I can take pictures with you guys, and I can show the community. And it's hard for me because I see you guys able to post like this community, like how we're this, and I'm like, I don't have one person in here that I can like meet up with and cheers our Shakeologies together and take a video, or you know what I mean? And so it would be able to take awesome pictures with everybody and show that we really are, because they don't see what's actually on this meeting and stuff. So a picture of me with a meeting doesn't sound very exciting if they don't realize how much fun we're having, So that's
100%.
where I'm going with, and that's what I told my husband too when I gave him my spill before he made his decision, about how I wanted to go, and this is why. That was one of the big reasons, was I feel like if I can go, it will just make it that much easier to thrive the whole coming year, because otherwise it's a whole year away to try to do it again.
Well, you're going to hit Diamond, so you're going to go on the Diamond retreat to Santa Monica.
Hope so.
Okay.
Emily, you're new.
I know.
I'm new.
I tell myself all the time because I'm like so gung ho mad. And then I'm like, Emily, I just started like 2 months ago. You gotta chill.
I'm new.
It's my personality. Just like snack me out of it.
I'm new. Listen, I'm new. You have to just have to reach out. Listen.
I just like to be good at things. And
I do too. Listen, I do too. But you have to reach out. You have to invite. You're gonna get told no 100 times. People are gonna tell you no all the time. People might tell you no and have to watch you for a year before they're ever gonna tell you yes.
Hundreds of no's already.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And just, this is the way I'm looking at Summit, is it's just like being in the Air Force and you're a pilot. you're going there to learn how to train to fly a plane. So it's like your trainings and your workshops and everything that you're going to need to know how to do. So, and you're new. I'm new. I don't have a big following on my Instagram. I don't have 1 million people on Facebook, but I'm showing up every single day and I'm having people watch me constantly. And even my warm networker on here, I'm from just a little small hick town, but I've started a fit club in this little hick town that I go do twice a week. So I
want to come to your hick town and come to
you know, I mean, I
hick town too. Don't
I
worry.
go. I'm doing
one day when we all have flights to just travel, we're gonna go to Paula's and we're all gonna work out in her fit club.
I mean, so I'm doing the like vital behaviors of reaching out to the warm community. Like number one, go join an exercise class once a month. I run races, so I run 5 and 10Ks. So I've been doing that already. So I've already tried to I've started reaching out to that community, to where I'm reaching out to those other women that run in these races with me. And then I started a fit club, number 2, which I go do. I go do yoga. I set up my little studio area and we have yoga. I set up my
join Beachbody.
Yes.
Because I feel like those are the people that are more likely to say no because they've already got their thing.
So I mean, they're not joining me yet, but eventually I feel like they're going to see and they're going to want what I have. So now everybody's like, well, we have seniors graduating in high school. We can't afford to do it right now, but we want samples. And so I've got sample packs on the way and I'm fixing to start giving samples. And I'm fixing to start making like sample packs where they get 5 Shakeology sample packs where they can afford to buy for $25 so they can try it for 5 days during the week and blah, 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 blah. And you just have to be creative.
So for me, I'm doing meetups on Saturdays, every Saturday morning at 7:30. And the first one is they can come to and check it out, but they have to buy a challenge pack from there. And then we'll go, like we're going over for 7 weeks. Each Saturday we do clean week, because I have a lot of people who have like not worked out in like forever, ever. And so I wanted to start really simple. So last time we met, some people already had BOD, but they have to be drinking Shakeology and they have to have purchased a challenge pack to be able to keep coming to these groups. So I'm not just like hosting, but that way they feel like they're getting the community, they're getting like the live workouts, but then I'm encouraging them to pick their program and finish that during the week without us. And then when we meet up, we're doing something different together. So it's been fun.
That's what I need to do then. That's a good idea.
It's a good idea. Do you do this at your house?
No.
Tara?
Yeah. So we have like a whole gym in the garage. And so I haven't like worked out, like if we have if I end up having like, 15 or 20 people, I'll have to like somehow figure that out. But there's even like walking trails. So some of the people will meet up early and we'll do a quick walk or something. And then we'll meet a certain time. And then we do clean week this for the next few weeks. And then we'll pick another program and we'll do the program together, but way stretched out over just the weekends. And then they'll be doing their own program during the week. And if some people come that are in the middle of a program that has Saturday workout, then I put the computer up out there and then they can do their own workout, but we're all doing it together.
I don't think it's there yet, but that's a good idea for the future. Like I sometimes can't make it through certain workouts, Like I make it through the whole workout, but sometimes there's like a move I can't do or whatever, and I have to like fall 50 times before it's
but that's fine. Like are you saying like you want to get
an 80 day, and so there's this one particular move where I have to put my arm down and my legs out and do something with my leg, and I can't do it. There's 2 moves that involve me holding myself up with my arm, and I can do one, and I'm real proud of it because I couldn't on day 1, but I can do it. I actually videoed it, so anybody that watched my story yesterday, it's on it. But where I'm like kicking my leg out and I'm holding myself up, I can do that now, but I can't do the other one. So like I really don't feel like I should run a group if I can't do all the workouts.
No,
but that's the beauty of this. I think you should. I think that's it's going to push you in more
And
ways.
I'm doing it, just not as well as Autumn, right? I don't want to say I'm not doing it.
Because you're not inviting people saying, I'm the expert. You're inviting people to join you, to do it with you.
Yeah.
And there might be some people who are further along in their journey or just starting out. And you can be like, hey, I couldn't do that move. And now I can do this move. I couldn't do that move a couple weeks ago. That's like the beauty of this. I'm so proud of you for sharing that in your stories.
Yeah, it's more like a community of support instead of like you being a trainer at the gym and just training people. Because what I have found and noticed people say, because I have a wide range of people that I help, from people my age to people in their 60s, and the people that are older tend to say things like almost get not offended, but like, oh, I can't do that, I'm not your age. And so I feel like when you show that there are some things that you still have to work on, I don't know, it's like more relatable. So I feel like showing that, I've been working out and I feel so strong here, but I dropped a couch, like showing where you're weak is more relatable, and people actually would rather see that than just see a perfect, yes, I did, selfie after your workout, because that gets to, if you're posting the same things or talking about only the positive things, I totally have to work on showing the negative, because I really struggle with showing where I'm weak. But if you're showing that, then you're just being more relatable, and I think people like to see that more than they like to see that you just did the same whatever workout that you crushed every day this week. So I think totally open up the group, totally, modify when needed, because that's what we tell our customers to do, is to not be ashamed to modify. So why should we be ashamed to modify?
Love it. Before I forget, you guys, on the topic of Summit, I got that email. May 31st is the day, and I don't want to wait till that day to wrap it up with everything in terms of the rooms. So I'm looking at my calendar. Let's say, that's not it. By next team call, next Tuesday night, we need to know faux show who needs rooms with us so that we can figure all the logistics of that out. So if I need to cancel any rooms, I can cancel before I have to pay for them.
I definitely just need one of my own.
Okay.
All my people that I'm thinking will come, it'll be the four of us in a room. But for sure, right now, it's just Becky and I that are positive.
Okay.
Need more than one room.
So who's going to be in my room?
We got to figure that out.
Who's
We're
all
kind
going?
of waiting. Sorry, go ahead.
Who's all going?
Everybody. Who's on the iPad?
It's Andrea.
Oh, she's going. All of us, except Afton. We will miss you. So all of us on the call, and then the other Emily, Felix, with the twins, she is going to stay in her own room with her babes. I should know who else is going, and I'm blanking off the top of my head, but I think you. What's that?
What did somebody say?
Julie's going with me.
Yes, Julie and Becky. I think we have a total of about 14 with you, I want to say. Good group. It's going to be fun. So we
probably going, but I'm trying to convince her. She's not
convince her. Now that you're going to go, maybe that will help her to want to go. I mean, I know we say it every single week, but it really is a difference maker. And I love that you're coming for all the reasons you said that you thought were silly at the beginning of you saying that. Not silly at all. People need to see that side of it, that community side of it. And you'll just get so much out of it from that, and looking at it at that angle is very smart. From just getting to be all together, it just, all of the stuff, when I get down about my business, I realize it's because I'm all in my head and I'm thinking about it all by myself. And I always look forward to Tuesday nights, because that in itself, just getting the face-to-face time with you guys, always fires me up and carries me through the rest of the week. And I've noticed this trend that come Monday, Tuesday, I'm feeling a little wah, because this isn't something you want to do alone. You have to show that to people, and just being all together as a team is always fun and powerful from that aspect too, to remind yourself you're not doing this on your own. Yeah, you're your own CEO, but we're on this team all together. We are in this together, and it's fun.
And last year, Emily was my first year, and I joined right after Summit, so I got to watch them go, and then I had to wait a whole year to go. But it was such a game changer. I thought about it in the same way you did. Like, this will be good, like, content to use for my social media. I could show people who've been watching me, like, this is what we do. These are the people, like, I know them in real life now. But like, there were so many other feelings that I wasn't expecting. Like the feeling when you're standing on the street with thousands of coaches and it's still dark outside and you're working out live. Like, it's like seriously so incredible. I can't wait for you to experience it.
I'm not the most fit person in the world, but I mean,
That is,
I got
Doesn't matter.
2 months to get ready. I got almost 2 months to lose a little bit more weight, and like, it's okay. I keep saying, I think some of the most inspirational posts that, like, Emily and what is her name? Ashley? Is that her name? Posts are like a year post. Like they have like, this was day 1 and this was day, a year from then. So I'm like, I've only been doing it for like 2 months. I just need to give myself more time to be.
And it's
I have faith that I'll have a transformation. It's just that I don't have enough content.
You already have a transformation. I think you're getting so stuck on like the big picture in terms of what you should be posting and sharing. You need to be sharing right now. Where are you right now? Because you already have a transformation that's already compelling, that already tells a story. And you can speak to the fact that you have confidence that you're just at the beginning and you're going to get to where you want to be. I think that speaks volumes too, because what that does is it plants seeds for these people who are going to sit back and watch, and then they're going to watch it unfold in front of their face, and then they'll be like, I need to do that. So take hold of what you have right now. Don't miss
I love the book we're reading. It said something about like be stuck on growth, not goals.
Yeah.
Because, like small growth, is going to show up more than like a goal. It's going to maybe take longer, I guess. But so that I think I've said that in my little comments or whatever, that's like really stuck with me, and I need to like print that and put it up somewhere, because like I am growing. 2 months ago, it's not comparable to today, and that means something. And 2 months from now it's going to be better than today, and so I just have to concentrate on that.
People want to see how this works in the thick of life.
But I guess it's just like Kim was talking about, like Diamond by November, and I'm like, I want that, like I'm hungry for it, like I want to do it. So then it's like, I don't feel like I'm getting anywhere closer, like y'all were talking about, well, if you can get, Success Club in the first 3 months, then you get a free ticket and you'll probably get invited to these things. And I'm like, I'm trying so hard, and I've only signed 1 person, and I'm already past my first month. So this is my 2nd month. So I have to sign 3 people or it's done. You know what I mean?
And you will.
And it's the 21st, and I still haven't signed.
How many people are you inviting every day?
30 at the least, 50 at the most.
Okay. I think we really need to focus.
It's a full-time job. I'm really trying. I was talking to you about that before y'all signed on. Like, like today I didn't work out, and it's because I ran out of time. Now, the answer to that is, like I told Tara, I know that that's an excuse, because if you're not having enough time, the answer is wake up earlier and make time. I get that, and I'm working on that. I'm just not good at waking up early. So I know that that's an excuse. I know that there's always more time, but anyway.
I'm going to tag you in that Captivate video, because like Joey said, it still takes time, but it'll grow you faster. And I think that will help a lot.
I hope he knows that we're here.
James, just so you know, we can see you.
Oh my gosh. Because he's in the bathroom. I just want to make sure he knows.
Maybe I should text
him. It would be so embarrassing.
Just
everybody woke up now.
Oh my gosh, too funny.
Oh, thank God. Okay, I just wanted to make sure. I was like, I don't know if you can hear us, but we're here.
So funny.
Anyway, yeah.
Emily, listen, I've not hit Success Club yet, so I mean, believe me, I'm the person with goals that are like up here constantly every day of my life. I've always been like that my entire life. So yeah, to say that for you to feel like that, I know exactly how you feel on a daily basis. And I'm inviting just as much as you are every day as well. And you just have to, it's just, you invite. And like I said, I'm trying to grow my Instagram as well. And I do the Captivate and the cleaner. But quantity over quality is my thing. That's
Well,
what
I mean, I'm out of people of my warm network to invite. I mean, like,
I am too.
Every woman that I can think to invite on my Instagram that I know. So at this point, that's the reason I came into the call asking, because that's what I could most figure out, I guess, is at this point, is how to get good people, how to find good people to get to follow you. Because if I could, I mean, I feel like I have something to offer. You know what I mean?
Right.
I can't get them to follow me back or even know that I have anything, or even go to my page, or you know what I mean?
Right.
To even
Are you doing the 531? Are you searching up hashtags and looking for people that you would like to sit at a coffee shop with and hang out, and then like looking?
It's just hard because most people are private profiles. Like it's 90% of the people that use my hashtags or something, I guess, or they're bloggers. And so then I did what the one that Kim told us to go watch, that hour.
Heather
came out, the one that just did the wake up call.
Yeah, Heather Shipley.
Okay. So I did what she talked about is go to the people that you follow and go to their comments, because those are the people that are still active. They just liked that post today, or they just liked that post yesterday. And I did that, and it's the same thing. And I haven't had one person respond. Not one.
It takes time. I haven't had trouble hitting Success Club, but I have been trying to hit Diamond for almost 2 years. So
how do you get people to respond? So you just like find people and they're like, oh yeah, I love you too? Like genuinely, this is a genuine question.
Okay, so I've been doing my own. For a while I had a company that was finding followers for me, and I was having a good amount of people start following me, but I was having the same amount of weird profiles and kid profiles and like dog profiles. And so I decided to stop doing that and go back to finding them myself. And I just have been finding women that either are coffee obsessed like me, or have teenagers like me, or have kids who play sports. Like we're heavy in like football, baseball mode all the time with our boys. And then my daughter does singing. And so like anything theatrical. And I'm just finding moms of kids like that. And I'll just scroll through their Instagram, and I'll just find pictures that I genuinely like or that I think are funny, and I'll just comment. And I won't comment and have a respond and then ask. Like I just write their name down on in my notebook, and I go back 2 days later, maybe like another one of their pictures, and then I start a conversation with them about whatever. Or if it's someone who's posting a lot of fitness and I can see that they're watching my stories, but they're not Beachbody and they're not selling anything else, I'll just ask them like, hey, how'd you get into fitness? I'll just start a conversation about fitness, because clearly they are into fitness. And it's hard with people that you don't know for them to like respond right away. It doesn't always happen, but it happens if you're consistently posting about what you're doing and you're consistently every single day reaching out to new people, and it will start to build momentum. Amy Rada, who's number 3 in the company, was not she wasn't top 10 last year. And she said something on a call. Basically, she said that she was a teacher. She worked full time. She would get up early. She would work on her teacher lunch break. She would do her workout in her classroom. And she said she pushed herself hard and like woke up early and did that for probably that whole year. But now she doesn't reach out to anyone. Everybody comes to her. Like she doesn't have to send out invites anymore. And she said it was really hard for that year or year and a half, because she busted her butt. And it was like sometimes where she thought she wasn't making any momentum and it was all going to be for nothing. And now she's like, I don't even have to reach out to people anymore. That part of the job is over. I just have to whatever. So it's like a lot of work up front for you to get to where you want to be, but it's so worth it. Just got to keep trucking away every day. And it's frustrating sometimes.
I just can't get them to follow me back. Like you said, if they're watching your stories and stuff like that, nobody's watching my stories except.
But even if they don't click the follow button, they can still, as long as you're not such a private, which I was for the first year of Beachbody and I didn't realize. But we figured it out in Summit. It was fine. They can still see your stuff. You just don't know that they're necessarily seeing it. There's a lot of people that say, oh my gosh, you're so inspiring, but they're not on my list. They don't like my stuff, but they're still watching. So sometimes it's like the people you're not even expecting, and they're just kind of a fly on the wall.
So you can't see that they follow you?
Some people can see your page and not be your friend. Like they don't on Instagram, they don't have to follow you. They can still, like I can go and look at people's profiles and just see their page, and I don't have to follow them. So there's people that are watching you. You just may not know.
I see.
All right, girlies. Thank you, Tara. That was all really helpful. I love hearing how you're doing it right now because I'm about to cancel that service also. I've been doing more finding things on my own, and I like finding more people that I actually want to follow me.
Yeah, I lost 1,000 followers when I canceled, and I don't know if like they took them. I don't know what happened. I was almost 8,000, and now I'm at like 6,800. But I feel like I'd rather build it my way and then have a bunch of creepy men, which is what I was having over and over again, reach out to me. I'm like, no, do you not see that I'm married?
Yeah, like a bunch of
what do you think is gonna happen?
To porn things.
Yeah.
That's what I keep getting, honestly.
I made my son cancel his Instagram account because there were women reaching out to him, and he's private. And there were women like asking him if she wanted them to send nude pictures. I was like, you're canceling your account. Like, no. People can send stuff, even if you're private, they can send you a message that you have to either accept or decline. But even if you don't accept it, you can see their profile picture. You can see them in their bra. Like, it's like, no, we're not doing that.
So, how much is the 4 nights of hotel? I'm writing this down.
So as long as you room with 3 other people, it's going to be, what was it? $245 for the 4 nights.
And you will room with other people because we only have so many.
Yeah. So it's basically going to be $245 a person for your hotel.
I have 8 people.
For those of us rooming with 3 other people. What's that?
I have 8 people written down that are going. Well, Tara, I don't have Tara, so 9 people. When you were naming them earlier, I wrote them.
There were 11.
I'm also waiting to see, like, if we don't all match up perfectly in rooms. Shayna has some girls going. I was going to see if we need to commingle with them at all. I don't know yet, but that's why I'm saying by next Tuesday on the team call, I need to know for sure who's in, and we can decide who's rooming together, and that way I can cancel any rooms we don't need. But I have to go help with bedtime. I hear lots of squawking going on.
I think Summit is $195, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then I have to book a plane. Okay.
Well, ladies, I hope this was helpful tonight, and see you all in the morning.
Thank you, Andy. Thanks, Kim.
Bye, gals.
See you later.
Bye.
If you have questions, Emily, you can always text me or message me about Instagram or whatever if you want to talk about it more.
Your insight was great.
Me in that post also about Captivate.
Yes.
Thank you.
Promise.
Have a good night.
Bye, girls.
Bye. I guess I should stop recording.